Okie dokie. Okay. Okay, y'all are watching. I'm trying to get this thing here going. What in the world happened? Okay, I think this is working. Even though I'm in the light. If I go to the light, I'm in the light. Uh, okay. Oh, we're on. I really can't hear myself. Um. Ooh, what's happening? Ooh, where's the sound? Oh. Hi, Chad, but I can't hear. I'm not hearing anything. What is happening? Ooh. Where is it? Where's the sound? Um. Um. Is your sound? Where is my sound? Oh my God. I need to be calling. Oh, okay. You hear me? Okay. Thanks. Um, as some of you know, I'm not a button person, so it's like trying to get this thing together. Last Saturday it was fine, um, and now on Instagram, like I said, do Instagram, do Facebook. Okay. Okay. So I can't hardly see myself on Instagram. It's so dark. You need to come to the light. Come to the light. Um, well, first I want to say thank you. Saying thank you to Most High, Divine, Loving Holy Spirit for all who are here, and just truly most grateful because Most High is directing that I should be speaking, communicating, contributing, and giving as divinely directed. And so I'm willing to say I'm glad I'm here and grateful, most grateful that everything is working absolutely perfect. Um, Welcome. And I'm saying, Dear Lord, give unto me that which I am to give. And as always, let it be with your divine will. Each and every word which comes forth, let it be given as you direct, because I am obedient. And as we know, obedience pays. So each and every word which comes forth, each and every human hearing, allow them the privilege to comprehend exactly what is given for their best, for the best of their lives and the restfulness of their living, especially during these turbulent times. We are in the best of times and we're in the worst of times. However, we know we are the best. So, being best, we can give no thing lesser. We give only that which is excellent, that which is excelling, that which is powerful and empowering. And weakness has no place here. Timidity, fear have no place here. Angst and anxiety have no place here. We are in our divine places. We are moving and doing as divinely directed, and we are fearless. I have spoken about we have the authority to be fearless because we were not within the wombs of our mothers. We were not breathed by the breath of Most High. That breath did not come into us, into the very fiber of our being timid or fear-filled. So we say thank you, and I say it is. And I'm looking because was recommended. Reverend June, you got to do Instagram Live. Okay, now here we are, and what is going on? Is it working? I hope so. Um, Live. I just pushed live. Okay, live. Go live, girl. Well, whatever. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. Somebody's going to be seeing it somewhere. Um, People have been calling. People are always calling and asking, Reverend June, will you speak? When will you speak? When will you give us the word? And I am here. I love you. I do. I am in these days experiencing the turmoil, the frustration, the pain of what we are enduring, especially as it pertains to the of humanity. And we have a right to live. We have the right to life. And I know being in this skin from childhood that I had to do something for my people. That's what I was told. And individuals who have advised and suggested and asked for, would you tell your story? Well, I can tell parts of my story. It's as it pertains to who we are and what's happening today. And we bless the family of all who have been murdered. And the memorial, which is ongoing now in Houston, Texas, for a young brother who was kneed to death. We bless all their families and your families as you are living and breathing. But when I was at age 11, the master number, a master number, I was always being directed and told and shown what is going to happen, what is happening, and what I had to do. And one of my major statements, requests, was please don't let me leave this world before I see something good happening for my people. I was very conscientious of who we as Black people are, as others are becoming connected, questioning, wondering, seeing, watching, and quote attempting and or trying unquote to figure out what is going on with these Black folk. What is it about them? Everything is about us. Some are coming to find out, some are experiencing, some are seeing. And so as a child, I was very much aware of who we are and who we were, where we came from, what we're about and what we must be about and what we must do, what we must claim as being first world ascendants. Going up, children, up, up, up. We're going up, ha, not coming down. We're not descendants. Some of you heard this before. However, as it pertains to today, we are connecting and working with and contributing to and sharing and revealing unto our Caucasian brothers and sisters the, as we know, truly privileged citizenry. They're coming forward. They're locking arms. They were there with many of us in the 60s when we were protesting. And now they're here now. And then we've been invaded by those liars, those demons, the minions, the offshoot, the extensions of that demon in the White House. You know who he is. So, as I asked, please don't let me leave this planet before I see something happening, something good happening for our people. Every breath I live that. And every breath I have lived so long frustrated because of having to see what's going to be in the exact moment. I was way out here, way up there, way somewhere, and sometimes in the past. You see me walking, I'm living that stuff every breath. And it's not easy. My life ain't been no crystal staircase. And it would be so heavy, so heavy, so frustrating, so difficult. Because individuals didn't understand June, some didn't like her. Don't tell me what you see. Don't tell me what you drink. Get back. You know she's of Satan. She's of the devil. No one could be further from, nor had I ever had a consciousness of that, except being born and raised, as we say, in Church of God in Christ. Who recognized when I was a child, when I was 3. You know, she's born with the gift of prophecy and healing. But my great aunt, my auntie told me when I was a baby girl, she said, you know you were born with the veil. Because I was always seeing things and telling them things and having great and grand glorious conversations, talking, reading books and stuff when I was 4. You know, as they say, you know, she's ahead of her time. I was ahead of my time. I was behind time. I was above time, below time. I was all up in and throughout time. and time was all up in and throughout me. I knew time to be just a simultaneous activity. So living in the future, living in the past, now was very, very difficult. Made a mother sister suicidal every day, until Monday, August 9th, 2004. Yeah, I will always remember that date because my heart stopped. Oh, I knew something was happening. See, that's some of the burden and the weight of being able to, quote, see, unquote. And I knew, and I had to get away. It was like, okay, I got to get out of here. I had to get out of my place. It was like, okay, so thank you for bearing with me, because this is all a part and parcel of what is being shared with you today, so that you have a concept of who I am and how I work. So I had to get out. And I said, okay, I'll go to my favorite pastime, a movie. Holy Spirit said, you're not going to make it in a movie, June. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I will go to one of my children's homes, my other family's home, the Dean family, Angela, Jonathan, Dean. So I called them and I said, I'm coming over. And Jonathan said something that he's never ever said before. He said, well, Mother, if you're not going to be able to make it, make sure we know. I'm like, oh wow. I could feel myself getting weaker and weaker, but I was determined to get out. So I called a former friend, Cheryl Cooley, and asked her if she would come, because they always came. And so we could go riding or do something. I just had to get out. So they came. She came. And then another young sister called and said, asked if she could come over and show me her new modeling pictures. I said, if you can be here in no more than 15 minutes. And so Sonny came. And then somebody called. And I said, I really can't talk to you right now. And then I went out. I died. And I tell people dying is a process. You can see the body and the divine aliveness of Most High. And in that consciousness, I was directing, in that process, I was directing Cheryl and Sonny to call this person, call that person, because I keep phone records. I keep records. Day into day and night into day, I keep records, and I was pointing, call this one, call that one, to see if something was going on with them. And nobody was home. The answering machines would pick up, and they weren't there. So Spirit said, it's you. And as I was in that process, in that moving, and you see my body there, but the spirit, the divine aliveness was moving, and it was moving slowly, and it was taking me into this environment where I saw forms. They were just like clouds, not human forms, but just forms, like very thin clouds, but luminous. And as I was traveling towards these forms, they were at first small, and the further I got, the larger they became. The further I got, the larger they became, And Spirit said, this is the way it was for your mother. I said, well, if this is the way it is, I said, it's taken a little bit too long. Because the further I entered into those beings, that life force, those life forces, the more expansive they became. And I was told, June, the universe is comprised of living souls. Those who have been, those who will be, those who are. It's all manifesting, happening simultaneously. And I said, well, if I'm staying here, then I have to see my son. And before that happened, at that time, I guess they had called the EMTs and everything, which I had no awareness of anything, but I was in that consciousness, that departing consciousness, that consciousness where you see the human form laying on a bed, wherever they are, and they're saying, well, it's only a few minutes, a few seconds. August the 9th, a Monday. I was born on a Monday, 2004. I died. And I was not allowed to remain there because they said, we're allowing you to return to do a greater work. And next thing you know, I'm in Cedars. I had no awareness of anything. They all experienced it. They all saw it. And I was hospitalized for 18 days. After I was unable to walk, my balance was off. I had to have a walker. And I'm here now, doing what I really knew I was resisting. I haven't had a suicidal thought. I know what that is, the heaviness of it. And I'm here now because I said, what is my greater work? My greater work has to do with doing as I have been directed from the time I was a little girl, helping and contributing to humanity. And having the quote burden unquote and or the quote gifts and talents unquote of seeing, perceiving, being prophetic, being a healer. And I don't know if I'm still here because it says, sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. I have a lot of troubles with Facebook. I don't know. Are you all? Can you see it or? They said I'm still live, so can somebody let me know if you're seeing it or what's happening? Oh, okay. You can. Okay. Thank you for still being here. So I don't. Well, it says from the darkness came the light, and anyway, I was also told that I cannot leave this planet until I have fulfilled what they have already established as being done. So this is part and parcel of it, and getting to become comfortable with buttons and knobs and icons and emojis and any and everything else. And as Angela Dean said, Mother, they made this for you. And Maurice White would always tell me, June, you don't see what we see. You're not like we are. I never really thought of myself as being different or anything. I was just out there with the people. And coming back home, all discombobulated and wearing other people's energies and everything. It was terrible. And then having people afraid of me. Don't tell me what you see. I don't want to hear your dreams. Don't stand next to me. Well, baby, don't worry about it because Mother wasn't interested in standing next to you either. I stand next to some people, they touch me, next thing you know, I'm falling out. But anyway, seeing this Facebook thing, sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. Um, I don't know. I don't know what's. I I work a certain kind of way too with with energies, and uh, things blow up and all of that. Uh, that just I think I'm live on I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, um, uh, I don't know. I may have to come back again. Um, oh, can you? What's happening? I'm not seeing a video. It's just sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. But are you all seeing my face? Are you hearing? Oh, okay. So don't pay. Hey, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep going. It may be my energy, and maybe Facebook was constantly shut me down, won't allow posts and warning and all that. Um, when this pandemic is over, I'm gonna have to have a gathering. Uh, Cause I want you to understand that I am here for you. When you have this kind of ability that I have, then um, it's not fun. It's not games. When somebody said, "Oh, I wish I had what you have," it's like, no, you don't. As I said, I'm always seeing. I'm seeing when I'm asleep. I'm seeing, and I don't want you to be afraid of me or anything. Just know that the reality is that I'm loving you, and if I have to say something to you to contribute to you living your best life, then I will do that. And I said, people don't like, well, your tone, the way you sound. It's like when I'm speaking to you, I'm experiencing every fiber of your being. So it's not like I'm having fun doing this. I read you like a book. However, anyway, it, I'm listening, and I have to be thorough today. And seeing that thing popping up, um, because I have these energies that blow up stuff and blow up computers and blow up lights and blow up cars and just stuff blows up. I'm living this, but I found that there is a term for it, kinetic, because they got terms for everything. It's like energy moving and everything, and if I don't want to do something sometimes, I want to do this today. But if I don't want to do something sometimes and I'm resisting, they'll blow stuff up. Uh, um, I, but, okay, I don't want to be out here wasting time. I wasn't supposed to say that. Um, we love you. And it's important that all of you focus. You begin to focus when you are within stillness. This is a time of stillness, of quietude, when you can be with yourself, even when you are in a space and or place or a room or an environment with others. But the most empowering experience is when you can stand or sit or lay and be deep in the depth of your aliveness. Sometimes you can move into this place through meditation. I began meditation and yoga when I was 13. Always ahead of time. Always ahead of other folks' time. However, you can go within and you can stand in a place or sit with 10,000, 10 million and be centered. Because when you're centered, you are moving and being and experiencing that divine aliveness whom God be. Breathe, beloved. And that breath can secure you so that when certain and or difficulties arise, as now, or you have to be called in an instant to assist and or do. For example, a centered woman can lift a bus to save a child while others are standing. Oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And she goes out and she does it. A centered man can save lives by hearing the divine speak and say, just stand. Just stand. Stand, stand, stand. And standing and that energy expands and everything stops. Because you must know the importance of stillness. You can be still to hear so that you can hear. And I'm hearing as I'm speaking to you, allowing you the privilege of knowing that I am loving you and I am sending healing to the very fibers of your being. Because Most High transcends space and time. And where divine aliveness is breathing, there is no space or time. It just is. And right now, you all are in the isness. The isness is allowing you the privilege of witnessing individuals who are sick and tired of being sick. You are witnesses to the elements of pain and frustration, the elements of rage, which, quote, attempts and or tries, unquote, to surpass what you know. Yes, surpass what you know. You're knowing what is right. And whether people accept it, acknowledge it or not, that which is manifesting is right, children. Because sometimes you're hearing in the stillness that it's time to step out. You have to step forth. And in the reality of stepping out and stepping forth, you're making a contribution, whether you step over here to the left or step to the right. But each movement that you make, when you're conscientious of who you are and whose you be, a divine child of God Most High who breathes its divine aliveness, being you in flesh formed female, man human, flesh formed female, woman human. And you are centered in the reality of that which is breathing itself, being you, then you step forth. Because you can hear succinctly and quite clearly that which you're supposed to be doing. These days and times are not new. They have always occurred. Because when you're who you be, and you're cognizant and you're conscientious and you are definitively aware and living within the divine awareness which breathes itself, being you, and it comes forth quite clearly, quite succinctly in the silence, then you're not living to forget. You're living to receive the memories, and you're living to create memories, and you're living to contribute to the future now. These children out here all are contributing to the future now. They're creating tomorrow, today. And as Most High told me, comprehend, children, as Most High told me, young brother who was kneed unto death is a living sacrifice. That demon who murdered him just got caught this time. And it had to be. It had to be. His life was not surrendered in vain, because this which is occurring now had to be set up, because he, you could say, was modern day Yeshua, Jesus. Like Dr. King, M.L. King Jr., like Medgar Evers, like Gandhi, like the Honorable Rahula Mandela. Individuals who are called and chosen so that they contribute to make things happen. Change is guaranteed. Things are changing now, children. Young brother who was kneed unto death was a, quote, sacrifice, unquote. But look what's happening. Had to be. The Bastille had to be stormed. Because people tired. Sick and tired and tired and sick. And the rage was building, especially because ones are being sequestered, locked away, commanded to be still. And in the stillness, you have an opportunity to experience what you have to contribute. What is your contribution? Young brother contributed his life because that demon killed him like he deserved to be murdered. He enjoyed murdering him. Some people receive joy in killing others. Joy, fully destroying life. Joy, glee, just happy. Like they did when they lynched our people. Standing around, dressed up, hats, some in suits, enjoying seeing black humans, enjoying seeing them roasting, being boiled alive, being stretched and torn, ripped asunder. They stood there and enjoyed that shit. Like this was, wow, this is good. You know, in their demented mental bodies, they believe themselves as owners of universe. They believe themselves having rights to hate individuals whose complexion, whose skin is darker than theirs. And yet, you have individuals burning themselves to death, trying to get your skin color temporarily, always temporarily. They want your big lips, which become beautiful, full lips. They want your different types of hair. Everything you got, they want that, except to be you. So I know that I'm moving, thank you, to tell you to love yourselves like others be loving and wanting to be you, be like you. I'm not defaming our Caucasian white brothers and sisters, but I am assisting them in comprehending the reality of how you never, ever, as long as you have breathed, had to endure what we do. Because you don't know what it is to live permanently in this. Temporarily, you can be brown for a hot minute, spray, or get in a little booth and you come out, oh my God. This tan is, you know, it just makes you more beautiful, makes you healthy. You know, you just look lovelier. Look at that nigga right there. I mean, God. And she got a big ass. It's like, baby, you buying yours. These asses ain't temporary. Don't get upset. Don't get offended with me. It's real. I was born like this. I was born this way. I was speaking truth. In grade school, I stomped my feet in the hall. I just stopped and I stomped my feet. I said I'm a nonconformist. The teachers and all of them looking at me and everything, I just walked away. Around about 6 or 7, I was told, sitting on my grandmother's steps, and I heard, you have to keep records. You have to keep a record of everything that's going on because things will be changing so quickly and somebody has to have a record. Well, I'm a child, but I heard it. To this day, I have 50 plus years of journals every day, dates and times, and activities and prophecies and things which were going to be, which came and are, and things which are manifesting now that I knew back in the day. And here it is. Maurice White. June, you don't hear, you don't see, you're not like the rest of us. I had no idea what that was. And Dick Gregory told me one time, you know, kings and queens had their psychics killed. I said, so is that you saying you gonna kill me? Oh, I've had my life threatened a number of times. Oh my God. And they were serious. They weren't just, I could just kill you. It's like, no. I don't even have time today to start telling all these kind of stories. I mean, I don't even know if I've said anything of really of relevance, but I'm speaking as I'm hearing, and I know that the lives being saved are yours, and the lives on the lines today are there because of beloved brother whose breath was taken in ways he surrendered because he had a knee on his neck. And what's happening out here in these streets have to be to bring about the necessary and much required and long awaited respect and honor for people in these skins. Black people, brown people, black people come in every color. You are white, black people are your color. You are paler shade of, quote, yellow, black people come in that color. You are, as they refer to, red-skinned black people are in that color. We are in every color as we are referred to as black. You could be in one family and you go from the fairest, lightest of the light to the darkest of blackness. In one family, same parents. Black is beautiful. And we're hated because of all these shades and all these hair textures and everything. And everybody is establishing their rights to define who we be. Wake up, children. Wake up. Be awakened, you sleeping giants. Rouse yourself. The rousing is manifesting as you breathe. Hallelujah. Tell them, June. Tell them that these are those days which were written about. These are those days which were spoken about. These are those days, Honorable Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. prophesied about. These are those days that the Honorable Malcolm X. El Hajj Malik El-Shabazz spoke about. These are those days that the Honorable Medgar Evers knew would be. These are those days that the Honorable Sojourner Truth knew. These are the days you know now, today, in this moment present, as you breathe, beloved. These are the days. Not D-A-Z-E. You're not lost or caught or embedded in a fog somewhere. You are watching the evolution of the revolution, and the revolution is being televised. Gil Scott Heron said it wouldn't be, but it is. And you are now awake. Those lackluster, soul-selling politicians, they're awake and they're scared. Caucasians, the whites, are coming into the reality of, damn, what the fuck is this? Reality change. And we're telling you that you got to become acquainted with that black brother, that black sister. As I say, and Spirit has put it on me for years. June, you got to do getting to know you so that individuals can come together in a collective and ask the real questions. What is it about you? What do you like? What do you do? Is there something different about you because you walk in this and we don't? Well, really, privilege doesn't even allow some individuals to even think about anybody else other than themselves. There was a movie out one time about, it was titled Julia, and it was about wealth and privilege, and a young girl, based on a true story, walking with her dowager grandmother, wealthy woman, and they saw homeless people on the street. Well, the child did. Homeless, hungry people. And she asked her grandmother, who are these people? She said, who? Because in her consciousness of wealth and privilege and prosperity and riches, she didn't see those homeless people. She didn't see those hungry people. She didn't see those low lives. She didn't see those do-nothings. Well, it's those hungry, low-life do-nothings, many of them who have fought for you to have the privilege to be rich and wealthy. A lot of your richness and your wealth came on the backs of my ancestors who never got a dime. They're working like a slave. It's like, baby, they're not working like a slave. Because if they working today, they ain't getting paid. They ain't getting anything in comparison of what my people did not receive, except wealth on the back. Hung for real. Today in Jasper, Texas, if they didn't know young President Barack Hussein Obama and he was in Jasper, Texas, they'd drag him behind a truck and rip him asunder. They would do Colin Powell the same way, straight from a tree. Why? Because they don't like you, and they don't know why they don't like you, but the reason they don't like you are the hypocritical principles, the lies, the demonic projections that were and still are presented in many multi-forms of media about who we are not: unworthy, ugly, undeserving. And they don't want to tell the truth. Truth and facts, truth and facts, truth and facts, truth and facts. How our ancestors were brought here. They don't want to tell the truth about that. They don't want to make a movie or movies about any things we have contributed on this planet. They're trying to claim and still claiming Kemet, Egypt. You see movies, everybody from Egypt is white in the movies. And blacks is fanning, bringing water, serving, bathing, washing. The Caucasian Egyptians. Y'all wasn't there. You didn't create those pyramids. I've been there. My mother had the opportunity to do vocals in the pyramid. And on the tape, I brought it back, put it into the little alcove in the king's chamber by myself. That's a perfect recording tune. Brought it home. Tape was laying around. My son said, let's play this. You put it in, and on that tape, you hear multitudes of voices. You hear thunderous sounds. You hear movement. Nobody in there but Muck. However, I know how God works. And even where you sit, right now you are surrounded by the ancestors. Can't nobody do like you do. That's what I understand. Humans in Haiti, humans in Jamaica, humans on the continent of Africa, where your rattles. That's all some of y'all got to do. I know I'm saying things that other people are hearing and quote attempting and or trying unquote to comprehend, but baby, you are a walking rattle. You're a breathing drum. You know what to do. It's time for us to start doing our works. It's time for you and you and you and you and you get to work. Time to assist our brothers and sisters of other nationalities. Assist them in getting to know you. You breathe. Your women bleed. They birth babies. Humans come together to create life. All do from the beginning of time. That's why we all here now. Because the first world ascendants had sex. Child. Girl, they had sex. It's like, well, baby, you here. Some individuals wear themselves out trying to get back in where they came from. They like to go there. You have to know that you are an ascendant of those who contributed to life. And our ancestors in the United States are the only ones who have not been acknowledged for their lives being ravaged and horrendously slaughtered and yet beat. The Japanese were disrespected, discriminated against, and paid because they were forced into concentration camps in the United States. The indigenous nations, not tribes, nations, are still languishing on reservations created by those who took their lands from them, yet gave contracts and covenants and agreements. And many nations have been paid. Individuals in the religion of Judaism, powerful Caucasians, are yet being acknowledged for what the demon in Germany, the Austrian demon in Germany, did to their foreparents. And they have, I've spoken about this so many times, they have coalesced and come together, baby. And ain't nobody more stronger than them. And if you want to be in a position of political power, you got to go before them. APAC. It's like, because otherwise, baby, it's not going to be happening. maybe I'm all over the place. However, some of you have a brain, so you're getting what I'm saying. All having to do with first world ascendants claiming their rightful place on this planet. This planet which spins, don't need your, nor no your permission to move. It's time to claim your rightful place. And that's why the revolution is evolving, the evolution of the revolution. Even black churches will come together, because when they see folk burning, it's like, oh baby child, we don't want our place burned up. We're going to have to help these children. We're going to have to do more than collect tithes and offering. And the tithes don't belong to them anyway. You pay tithes into that storehouse, that silo, that humongous barn or cathedral, whatever they want to call it, mega church. You pay tithes. Then when you are in need, you are allowed to go there and ask to be helped, assisted, given. Why? Because you gave your 10%. Otherwise, give it to yourself. Put your tithes away. They belong to you. You give. They don't belong to the minister, the cleric, the preacher, the teacher, whoever's standing up there. Tithes don't belong to them children. They belong to you. Because when you give your 10%, it goes into the, quote, storehouse, unquote. So that when you're in need, whether it was 10% of your chickens, your hogs, your cattle, your wheat, your flowers, your bees, your milk, your whatever it is. When famine comes in times of need, you go to the storehouse. But you go to some of these mega churches and say you are in need, they go, baby, you need to go to family services or someplace, because we don't have anything for you. Bring me my Gulfstream, my Cessna. Oh, which car are you driving today, sweet? Oh, I'm not driving. The driver, tell him to bring the Bentley around. We riding in that today. Well, baby, how you get that Bentley? How you get that Rolls? How you get those 12 Mercedes? How'd you get that plane or planes? How'd you get those? From the giving people. Joel Osteen will give you a dime. I bet if all those people rally up and say, you know what, we want the return of all our funds that we have given you, he wouldn't have a thing. Especially, black people love to give. We be giving and we be forgiving. I told y'all the last time, I'm going to be reminding you, you don't have the power to forgive anybody for anything they've done to you. I forgive you. And Lord knows I hope young murdered brother by a cop's knees, his family don't forgive anybody. I hope that they don't. Because they can't. They can't remove not one thing from that demon who murdered Most High's son. I'm telling you, black folk, if you were, and listen, white people, I'm telling you how black people are. Listen, black people, if you were less forgiving or non-forgiving, if you start believing that you had the power to release and remove a person from the horrors they've done, you'd be in a better place. That's why the people in the religion of Judaism are in better places than you. They ain't forgiving anybody for what they've done to their people. Would you forgive me for killing your grandparents and your parents and your sisters and your brothers, your uncles and cousins? Would you forgive us for doing that? Oh, no. We ain't gonna forgive you for anything. Now you go with those black people. They weren't in Germany, somewhere, but they did have blacks in Germany. But You go to those black people, they forgive you. You stand in line, they forgive you for lynching, for branding. Now branding is a thing. I want my brand. I'm building a brand. It's like, baby, multi thousands of African humans were branded along with cattle and horses, farm animals. Understand language, children. Understand the importance of establishing who you be now. The change is come. Oh, the change just happened. Oh, change is coming. Oh, the change was here. Oh, you're contributor, bringer, maker of change. You have to be responsible. Comprehend the power you have just by breathing and being somebody. What was his name? Reverend Jesse Jackson. I am somebody. You know, people using it as a chant and all that. You are somebody. You were born somebody, a powerful body. If you are physically blind, you are empowered to see in so many other ways. One leg, physically challenged. You are worthy of living and loving and loving and living and being loved. Worthy. It's time to claim your rightful place. Time to comprehend the meaningfulness of being you. Time to comprehend the meaningfulness of whose child you be. Time to comprehend the meaningfulness of your contribution to worlds. It's time to love yourself. Time to know thyself. These are those times. The best of times and the worst of times, and the worst of times and the best of times. And what are you contributing to these moments? This time present now, day unto day and night unto night. What is your contribution? Love yourself. I've been talking like this since I was a kid. I found words and languages to be delectable, to be delicious. Sometimes people go, I don't even understand what you're talking about. Well, I'm talking about you. Because I want to see you be the best that I know you can be, because Most High told me you can be. When they asked me at age 11, June, what do you want? I said, I want wisdom like Solomon. And they said, this we will give to you. And they said, you didn't ask for wealth or riches. No. Wisdom is rich. Wisdom is good. Wisdom is fun. Wisdom is just delectable. Knowledge, studying, researching, discerning, comprehending. Don't fear brilliance, children. Don't fear brilliance. We have brilliant people who don't even know they are. I don't know everything I was saying today. They just said, open your mouth and we'll speak for you. They told me that when I was a little girl. It was difficult being me. In ways, People in these days not knowing me but not liking me. You don't know me. The people who come and call, people who are renowned, celebrities, people who are out there, they call Mother. What do you see? And some said, well, I know you probably can't tell me. It's like, yeah, Miss Thing, honey, I can tell you. Just for example, I don't know how long this thing goes, but I wanted Thursday. They said, June, you got to talk about this because this young lady called. Of course, I'm not going to tell her name. She called and she said, Mother June, I'm really having problems because I don't have any money. I can't pay my rent or anything. I said, baby, you an Instagram model. This is really interesting. You're an Instagram model. Tra-la. Bikinis. TNA. Girl, you're not being booked. You telling me you don't have no money. You out here 24/7 on Instagram with these pictures. And she said, well, there is a guy, I've had lots of calls from guys, but there's this one guy, and, he told me he can help me out. I said, what are you going to do for you, baby? Now, if you're going to turn some tricks, you got to keep all the money. You don't go out here prostituting, hoeing, and giving your money to some man. He ain't out there doing nothing, honey. You the one doing it. That's you. That's your money. And they tell me, bitch, where my money? Like, what do you work for, baby? It's like, my goodness. God, Reverend June, do you have to be so what, honey? Why you call me? I'm telling you like it is. You out here, probably tache sache, and you can't pay your rent. Can you buy some groceries? She building her brand. Honey, the only one that's becoming billionaires and everything from their brand, from, twats new, is the Kardashians. Ain't ever gonna be a twat as wealthy as hers and now theirs. Not ever. Honey, she took twat into a whole new stratosphere. Well, her mother did. And then others think that they can do the same thing. Don't nobody want to see all that. They've seen it. They have worked those twats, honey. But yours is not ever going to be worth what theirs has become. It's already done. Their twats are branded, seared into the consciousness of the world. Now you have to find something else to do, and that everything is happening. That's why Mother was, they were saying, Reverend June, you got to do Instagram Live. And it's like, baby, I'm trying to get all this stuff. It's too many things. I'll learn it. Most High has individuals who contribute and contribute to a mother. Hi, Darren. Hi, Devon. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Clinton. Dane, these young sons who help a mother. I'll get it, because like Angela Dean said, Mother, this was made for you. I just have to be calm sometimes because I don't want to blow up my computers as I've done. And Johnny Parker knows. He said, what did you do, Reverend June? You blew it up. One was blown up so badly they said it didn't even have a hard drive. And it was right there. But it was non-existent as far as it is concerned. I have to be really, really calm. You know, I'm not here just to show some French fries and lettuce on a plate, and so my little kitties and all this. Like, baby, ain't nobody got room for me. They don't have room for me. Spirit said, you gonna do this last Saturday, what was it, the 30th? Yeah, the 30th of May. They go in there and do Facebook Live. It's like, oh my God. Reverend June, where's your church? Baby, mother wasn't called to have a church. Not a building, not an edifice. I've checked those out, but that's not what I was called. That I'm not called to have a church, not a literal church. Because I wouldn't be there. They'd be looking for me, baby. I'd be traveling someplace where get child, is she coming? We don't know. But right now we're having church. But I just really have so much more that I want to give, so much to share. And I just am offering and or extending a declaration unto you at this moment here and now and present, which is 12:18 p.m. here in California, to not allow yourselves to become emotionally entangled in the trauma which is rising in the streets. We give thanks and praise for the families and their comfort and their abilities to know that many in the streets protesting peacefully love and honor them for the loss of their loved ones at the hands of demonic cops. All cops aren't demons. Many are. And many have been able to get away with murder. But we're giving thanks and praise with love limitless for these families. And for you and for your families. For your loving ones. We give thanks that you acknowledge your duties, your responsibilities for the lives within your living and loving environments. Know that you have the duty and the responsibility to raise brilliance. However, to raise brilliance, you've got to be brilliant. And sometimes you've got to be radical. You've got to be like a revolutionary so that you can research and find in these books and these, well, now, technology, internet, all that information which was hidden. And when you're in the silence and you're still, then you can hear the voice of Holy Spirit, the divine aliveness, the voice of God telling you where to go, what to do, who to see, and what to say. It becomes easy. And then you raise consciousness of loved and loving ones. Most High is not ignorant. Most High is not stupid. Divine loving Holy Spirit is just not inane. It contributes to your brilliance. And this brain tunes in, becomes attuned. This organ in your skull becomes attuned. And you begin to experience the energy. Silence sometimes loud, sometimes tells you to be still, tells you to come, tells you to go, tells you to read this, tells you to communicate with that one, tells you to stop this one, stop that one. Tells you to be honorable, to be responsible, to be respectful, to be strong, to be mighty, to be power. Be power. You're empowered to be power. And then you're power-filled and you're powerful. You can be all that. You can do it. You can be all things. Great, grand, and glorious, because that's where you came from. Just because your people are ever shown in rags and tatters, that's what they gave them to wear. Some of them were wearing clothes. And they brought them from the first world and brought them here and brought them there and brought them any and everywhere. And they still had on the same garments, which became ragged and shredded and no thing. But you came from them and you ascend from them. You're ascendants of them. You are going up. You're not going down. I will always be telling you this so that you will understand and comprehend the meaningfulness of languaging your presence. I am an ascendant of. I am an ascendant of. I am an ascendant of. Oh, they're descendants of. It's like, you didn't create that. They're minorities. Oh, child, I don't think so. Each of you is a great, grand, glorious majority of one. A great, grand, glorious majority of oneness. You've got everything required to be all that you can, must, and will to be. Be that. Be the end and the be all, because you came from the beginning. And you're creating beginnings now, and beginnings end and become beginnings. You're a beginning child. Create life in all its glory, because you can. The life you create could be a beautiful plant, a beautiful painting, beautiful writings, whatever your life creation be. Know that when you're defining it, it is definitive. It is best. And so like, I don't like that. It's like, child, don't I care? Oh, I love that. Thank you. I'm proud to have done it. I'm humbled by this. Baby, you brought low. Check the word, Humble. I'm so adamant about that. Don't be humble. I'm not. Will never be. And I say that with pride, Swakely. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I said swankly. Somebody knows. A few people know that. Swankly. That's what my friends used to call me, swankly. It was a combination of sweetie and saint. So, are you seeing me? Is it here? Is it happening? I hadn't even looked over at the iPad for, what do you call it, Instagram. I will have to do that another time. Shannon, Darren, Devon, I'll have to do that another time. I just being multitasking. I'm not feeling that right now. Be strengthened, beloved. Beloved, O ye strengthened and empowered children. Speak to your Asian friends, your Caucasian friends, your indigenous nation friends. Speak and talk to you. Talk to your children. We love you, June. Thank you. The Most High just tell me that. Next time, we'll do a big read. R-E-D-E. Give something from the Book of Life. Do a reading because I can. Because I do. Because I don't care what people say about me or what names they've called me and how they've, just did each and everything to impress their denial of me and tell me don't talk, don't speak. And then asking, can you see what I'm doing? I said, I'm always seeing, I'm just not always saying. I tell people, hey, if you're having sex with a snake and I'm not supposed to say anything, then hey, go on and be bit. I don't like her. Well, now at this time in life, I don't care. It was all that caring that made me want to kill myself. Because I loved and love so deeply. One man told me, yeah, you don't let people have your fantasies. You don't let people have their fantasies. It's like, child, you don't even know me. I mean, people just be nasty. Somebody said, are you going to tell them about Iyanla Vanzant? It's like, baby, yes, honey, but today is not that day. I met a lot of celebrities, done the read for these people. And some of them are so nasty, so mean. It's just like Most High was always showing me the dirt of these people. And they're out. And then mothers they come and then some of them when they come and then later they become just horrible towards me. Horrible. I'm like, well, baby, just because you received the living word and the truth and now you nasty towards me and some wouldn't even speak to me in public. It's like, well, baby, I got to keep my name alive to make a living. It's like, baby, you can't depend on me. It's like, well, darling, did you get everything that Most High said you was going to get? Including your husband? Yeah, it's like, well, what is the problem? Well, Reverend June, the way you are. It's like, the way I am, baby, you coming to me. I didn't come to you. But I'm here. I'm not her I'm not selling my soul. I'm not pimping, whoring, prostituting this ability that Most High birthed me with. I will not be turned into a ball of flame just become rich and wealthy. And believe me, all sorts of folks have come after me, to have me to stand out, including witches and Satanists. One renowned, well, actually, yeah, well, he and his brother live with me. Renowned singer whom I loved and he loved me. He's the one that told me his brother was a Satanist, a devil worshiper. And then this is when we found out truly about there is a devil, a fucking warlock. Mother has had many experiences with many individuals People think, Reverend June, you got to write your story. The Honorable Ronald Brown, Clinton friend and associate, first African American to chair the Democratic National Committee. Ron told me, June, you should write your life story. You have to write your life story. Ron was getting ready to contribute any and everything that he could as Secretary of Commerce and to raise Haiti to its its nature, all place where it should be. Haiti. And then he was killed in a plane crash. I've been looking for him for 2 weeks. He was on me, like Tupac was on me, and I'm calling all over, trying to get Ron and leaving messages. And then one morning I was talking to, because we always talk, Cheryl Tyrell. She said, Woody, I said, I'm looking for Ron, and we were talking. She said, wait a minute, there's a bulletin. And she said, oh my God, the plane that Ron Brown was on just went. That's he's dead. She said, don't say that. I said, he is. I didn't get him, but and then it's for you to understand. I mean, I would always say, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And it's like, I said, I want my privacy. The June, you don't have any privacy. I don't have any privacy when I have to be where I am. And they're telling me, Bob Law, Sherry Culpepper, remember? I put out a nationwide alert for that child, that phenomenal Tupac Shakur. They're going to try to kill him. I put it out. They're going to try to assassinate him. Talk to people who were driving him, who were working with him. This one guy, Vondi Curtis Hall, was directing Tupac in a movie. And I saw him one Sunday in church, and I said, you're working with Tupac every day. I said, they're going to try to kill him. They're going to assassinate him. He looked at me and looked me up and down like I was nothing. He sneered at me. And then, 2 months to the date, he was assassinated. Calls were coming from everywhere. That's what Reverend June said. That's what Reverend June said. That's what Reverend June said. And Bob and them called me from New York, said people were calling from everywhere. Said, that's Reverend June. That's what Reverend June said. And I was being ready to be taken to the hospital in Las Vegas by Tracy Robinson, who worked with Pac. Took me to the hospital. And I was like, please, Lord, don't let him die. I met his mother, his family. Because I described the whole vision in his best friend, who was later killed. Quincy Jones' daughter was there. I prayed, don't let him die. It was on me, and I had to get away. So my getting away is going to movies, but I couldn't be in a movie that day, running from one theater to the other. And I said, okay, I'm gonna eat. I don't know if this is all still on. I gotta eat. And I was in the food court, and I saw this woman, tall white woman, dark hair, dark coat, and she was walking. And she walked, and it's like something from the Matrix, and she came up to me and she said, Tupac just died. And I just threw my tray up and everything. I don't even know how I got home that day. Because he was in the hospital for a while. But interestingly enough, I had called his doctor and I spoke to the nurse. I said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to describe how to walk around his bed clockwise and counterclockwise, and this is what you have to do. And I'm thinking, because I wanted him to live, but it was to secure him to say, it's okay, you can leave. I don't even know why I went there, but it's just a fact of saying that there's no thing unavailable when I'm supposed to have it. When I had to look at my love partner every breath and knowing, oh, he's gonna go. He's gonna die. It's like, no, he's not. Oh yeah, he is. We showed him to you before you met him. And so then when he wanted to marry him, it's like, oh, well, I can sit there, but I said I can't. I knew I couldn't marry him because I didn't want to be a widow. Well, it happened anyway. I don't know what this is about. Oh, they're saying it's about allowing people the privilege of knowing that you have a story. And in these stories are life lessons, which I can share with you at another time and other times. Because in ways, it's not about me, it's about you. And who you are and who you are willing to become. And all you know you are willed to be. And we give thanks and praise for these children in the streets. You're taking it to the streets. Taking it to the streets. Mother, mother. Everybody thinks we're wrong. Who are they to judge us? Simply because our locks are long. And before I leave here this day, I want you to remember Satan is in the White House. His presence is contributing to this anarchy, to this incriminating racism. To the destruction of old, quote, paradigms, unquote, and the building of the new. Remember, these soul-selling politicians will sell all of you to these pimping lobbyists. And, quote, if, unquote, necessary, they will create wars for distraction. And you won't go. Know your strengths. Know your power. Know your rights. You do have rights. This Constitution works for you. The Constitution of the United States works for you because it says so. It's right there. Peaceful protests are what they are until they are invaded by individuals determined to create havoc and chaos. So be careful and care-filled. I know that you're care-filled. Pray for yourselves. love yourselves, lift and celebrate your lives and the lives of those you love and the lives you don't even know. This is a new day, a new time, and you are creators of such. Most High, I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You created me for this time. I know I resisted, but I'm here because of your grace. God is real. I know it. I live it every breath. Everything they've shown me, everything some of you have been told, including the majestic Honorable Michael Jackson, not a pedophile. Demons create destruction and will use and misuse and abuse you to do their dirty works. But when you see that demon hole in the Bible, what's the Bible, baby? Wasn't no writing on it. We ain't see anything on his Bible. Shows you if T.D. Jakes and Joel Osteen and that demon worshiper, Paul White, who is working with him, all these mega preachers and that Bible holding Franklin Graham, holding the Bible for the demon to be sworn into what was the people's house. That's what Mother told young Senator, that it was the people's house. And so it became, and now it's the, for whites only, White House. He held that backwards, but no writing on it for the photo op. So be mindful. I'm reminding you, the demon is in the White House. So don't be scared. My white friends and family, familial ones, greet some African ascendants, some first world ascendants. Ask them what they like, what they don't like. We like things like you don't like things, and we don't like things like you like things. You know, we are who we are. You are who you are. We breathe. Breathe, beloved. Breathe. Breathe. Love you as we love you. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Getting to like you. Getting to hope you like me. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Because we breathe as you breathe, and we know your lives matter. But you never had to think about it because your lives always mattered. Never had to think about it. We had to every day, every breath. Now you know. Don't be scared of black folks, children. Because some black people are afraid of their own folk. They kill too. believe. Only believe. All things are possible when you only believe. You believe. You believe. I know you know that all things are possible. Continue believing. Continue knowing faith is ever present. Continue and be she and he, you, we, us. Who be children of God Most High. Know Most High as personally as Most High knows you. And so to all of you, have a wonderful life. And yes, we will speak about Iyanla, Cheryl, and the rest of y'all who know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we be coming for our sister. Ta-ta. Most High says to tell you all that they love you. That means God, Most High, and Divine, Loving Holy Spirit. We love you. We love you. We love you. Love you as we love you.